Okay guys, with all the hype of the Pattie LaBelle pies, and I love sweet potato pie, it has to be one of my favorite pies next to pecan pie. I definitely wanted to try those pies. I cannot find them here in my town at the Walmart. They're all sold out, so I'm not going to chase around looking around, going all over town trying to find them. So I had a taste for sweet potato pie and I made them. So if you want to see how I made them, if you want to see my recipe, because I don't know Pattie LaBelle's recipe, and the sweet potato pie is pretty standard, but everybody does it a little different in what they use. Like maybe a little more nutmeg, maybe a little more sugar, maybe a little more cinnamon, a different kind of milk, whether it's whole milk, half and half. It's pretty standard though, with just slight variations. So if you want to see how I make my sweet potato pie, which is so delicious, stay tuned. Okay, so I have 4 medium-sized sweet potatoes, and I boiled them with the skin on. I could have peeled them first and boiled them without the skin. Either way is fine. I'm gonna let these cool, and then I will be able to literally just peel the skin off now that the potatoes are completely done. And if you can tell, they are fork done. Like my fork is just going right into those potatoes. They are completely done. They've been boiling for an hour, 1 hour. Okay, so this is why I like doing it this way. Instead of taking a knife and scraping the skin off before they're cooked, it just comes off like just super easy. You literally just peel it off. All right, they're still kind of warm to the touch, but just make sure your hands are clean and get to peeling. It just literally just comes off. Voila. Okay, you guys, potatoes, I just put them in a mixing bowl. 1 stick of butter, real butter. It was room temperature, so it had started melting, and then I just zapped it in the microwave for just a couple seconds. Got my hand mixer. Okay, so I just put my potatoes in a mixing bowl and added my butter. I don't have one of those KitchenAid mixers, which I need. And I'm not a big baker though, you guys. I really am not. I only make pies once a year. And this mixer, the cord is coming from the other side of the room, so it's hard for me, because this is the only place I can record in my kitchen, because my kitchen's so small. I have no counter space to record on. So this is the best I can show you guys, but I'm gonna show you the rest of the ingredients and I will be back. Okay, so I made a really nice cocktail. I'm using a styrofoam cup, and it is so good. Let me guys know if you want to see holiday cocktails recipes. I know everybody doesn't drink, but I can make them alcoholic or not alcoholic. Just let me know, and I'll probably do a holiday drink or a holiday cocktail week or something like that, and come each week, maybe in the month of December, with a cocktail recipe, something like that. Let me know your thoughts below. So this is mixed up. Only thing I'm gonna add, I'm gonna do this all offline, you guys. In this bowl, I'm just going to add everything. I have a cup of sugar. It's already measured out. 2 eggs. Okay, I'm just gonna crack those and put them in there. Some allspice. Want to use about a teaspoon or half a teaspoon. Some cinnamon, and because it all depends on how you like it. Do you like it real cinnamony, real nutmeggy? I know those aren't accurate words, but y'all know what I'm saying. I cannot find my real vanilla, so I'm using imitation vanilla flavoring, and I always gotta use real whole nutmeg. I don't like dried nutmeg, so they're just the nut, and then you just literally grate it over. And I grate it to approximately a half a teaspoon. I use about a half a teaspoon of each: nutmeg, cinnamon, and allspice. Okay, and then about a whole teaspoon of vanilla, and just grate that in there. There's nothing like fresh grated nutmeg, so I'm just going to dump all that in there, you guys. I will be back. Two very important elements. And see, I don't have anything written down. I just know how to do this by memory. I make it every year. I use a half a can of evaporated milk. So I just use half of this. And then I use a half a can of sweet condensed milk. Some people use half and half. Some people just use regular milk, however you want it. But this is how I've always done it. If I'm making 4 pies, of course, I'll use the whole can. But I'm only making 2 pies. So a half a can sweetened, condensed, and a half a can of evaporated. Okay, so now I'm going to pre-bake my pie shelf. And I just got regular old deep dish grocery store pie crust. I'm not making them from scratch. I don't do all that. Ready to fill. I admire the people who can do all that. I just ain't got the time or the patience. So I'm going to take some butter and my little basting brush and just baste the whole crust. The edges, especially the edges, with some melted butter. Okay. Then I'm going to take a little bit of cinnamon and just lightly, ever so lightly, sprinkle my crust with cinnamon. Paying attention to the edges. And of course you make a mess on your stove, but that's okay. I'm gonna pop those in the oven, I don't know, for about 10 minutes. Clean up this mess and I'll be back. Okay, so my pies are ready to go into the oven, and they're kind of warm because I just took the crust out. And that's just so that I like my crust to be just flaky, buttery, kind of crispy. So that's why I do that extra step. You do not have to do that. So I'm gonna set these in the oven for about, I don't know, until they're brown. I'll check them after 30 minutes, but they'll go for about 40 minutes. And then I'm gonna show you what I was also working on for my dinner. Dinner's already done, and I'll show you that. Okay, here's my dinner. And that pie, I cooked it on 350, by the way, and I will have the instructions on how I do it in the description box. So I just made 3 chicken breasts. I cut them up. They're on a bed of lettuce with some cucumbers, eggs, cheese, avocado. I got some green onion cut up here. I'm going to open up this can of olives, some more cheese, whoever wants that, some tortilla strips, and it's just me and hubby, and our daughter might come over. Bacon pieces, ranch, blue cheese, red pepper vinaigrette, bacon and honey French, and some croutons. Doesn't that look good? Yum. Okay guys, they are done. You can see the browning across the top in different places. The crust around the edges is nice and golden brown, and you can always do the fork test where you just stick the fork in. If it comes back clean, then it's done. I did it once before, about 10 minutes ago, and it didn't come back clean, so I left it in there for 2 more minutes. It ended up being like about 45 minutes on 350, but that still all depends on your own oven. So if you want to try this, check it after 30. That's what I always say, just check it after 30. So that is it. I'm gonna let these completely cool. Definitely gonna dig into this yet tonight, and I'm definitely gonna have it tomorrow with my coffee. I love to just zap it in the microwave with my coffee. It's so yummy. I'm gonna put a piece of foil on one of these, probably this one, and take it to my mom's first thing tomorrow morning. So anyway, that is all I have, you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you want to see cocktail recipes. I have a couple of favorites, and they can be made with or without alcohol. So just let me know if you're interested in something like that for the holidays, and I can definitely do that. It's Monday. Have a blessed week, you guys. I will see you in my next one.